Hello and welcome to the first video in our new YouTube series. So this series is going to be on Bridgebase, which is on BBO Online, and in it I'm going to be describing how I think when I see the hands, so that hopefully you can take my thoughts and then apply that to your own games and think in a similar manner. That should help you make more contracts. So let's jump right into it. So this is the first hand we've got. So the first thing we should do is check the bidding. So you click on this little box here to check the bidding. So bidding, 1 diamond from north, 2 no trumps from south, 3 no trumps from north. No opposition bidding, we get no information. Great. Okay, so from here we are playing in no trumps, and the first thing I always do in no trumps is I count the number of top tricks that I have. So a top trick is like an ace if you have the ace, or it would be like a king if you're holding the ace, or something like even the queen or the jack if you're holding all the honors above it. So it's all the tricks that you could just cash right now and win. So from here we'll do a quick count. We've got the ace and king of hearts for 2. We've got the ace, queen, king, and jack of clubs for another 4, which takes our total to 6. And we've got the ace and king of diamonds, which is another 2. So we've got 8 top tricks in total, which means we are looking for the 9th trick. Okay, we are in 3 no trumps, we need 9 tricks. So, where are we going to find this 9th trick? Well, we could find it in diamonds if we played the king and then small to the ace and then small. The 4th diamond might become good. But the opposition are attacking spades right now, and so if we can't hold up the spades, they'll just win 5 spade tricks. But our 9th trick can be that trick we use to stop the spades. So there's an important point here, is what do we do to ensure a spade trick? So if we play the queen, what's going to happen? Let's just have a look. Play the queen, East wins it with the ace. Cool. Plays a spade back, and now I have to decide what to do. So I play the jack, and West wins it, and they're just going to run through the suit. So that didn't help. So let's redeal the hand and try again. Cool, here's the bidding and the lead. So this is where the first important idea comes in bridge, which is second player plays low. Now what this means is if you are the second to play to a trick, as North is in here, you should play low. Okay? When you play low, you force a big card out from East. If East also played low, then I would win it with the jack, and that would be my 9th trick, and we would be done here. So just as second player plays low, third player plays high. Third player's goal is to try and win the trick. Okay, so I can't beat the ace, I'll easily play low. East wins the trick. Again, second player plays low, also I'm going to have to play the queen. Third player plays high. So win the trick with the queen. Here's my first trick, so we stop and count again. I've got 2 in hearts, 4 in clubs, and 2 in diamonds for another 8 tricks, and I already have 1 trick. That's the 9 tricks that I need, so I'm just going to cash out and take them right now. I know for a fact that the opposition have enough spades that if they get in, they will cash 4 spade tricks, so I can't take any risk on setting up that diamond. Okay, so we cash some tricks, and the second we get to our 9 tricks, you're going to get this lovely pop-up on screen. Contract made. Woohoo! Okay, so we made the contract, and we're going to move on to the next deal. Also, something that I should note is that these robots do cheat. So 2 no trumps from me, 6 no trumps from partner. I don't know whether or not I agree with this bidding, but it's bidding. You know, we're here to play the hands, not here to bid them. So the bots do cheat, as I was saying, but they only cheat in a way that is designed to help you. So if you're not taking the best line, then the robots will swap cards between their hands to punish you for that. Okay? So it forces you to find the best line in all these hands. Now, I was going through this hand with someone, one of my students, And the first thing they thought, well, when they saw the auction, they thought 6 no trumps, and they immediately got scared because it's an incredibly high level contract. You need 12 tricks. You should never be scared about this. If the computer puts you in something like 6 no trumps, it's probably pretty good, right? So we'll count it out like normal. As I said in no trumps, we count out our top tricks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 top tricks. We need 12 tricks in total. We can't get any more tricks in any of these 3 suits, so we need 3 tricks in clubs. And this should tell us what the goal is to do. So I've seen a play like this before, is that people will go ace, king, queen, ace, king, queen, ace, king, queen, and then they'll play the clubs. The problem with doing that is that the person who wins the trick with the ace of clubs then has an outside winner. They'll have a winner in hearts, or a winner in spades, or a winner in diamonds. Whatever suit you've left open, they will then play that, and they'll win 2 tricks. 2 tricks means you are 1 down, already failed the contract. So the first thing we do when we're in no trumps is we play on the long suit. Okay? This is the long suit. So we are looking to get as many club tricks as possible. The best we can get is 3. So we play on the long suit. Later on, we will encounter exceptions to this rule, but they are good exceptions and will be explained, of course. The reason we play on the long suit is that this is where the most trick-taking potential is. Okay, so we got 3 tricks in clubs, and we didn't have any top tricks to start with. We developed the tricks. That technique is what's called a promotion. Right? We knocked the ace out using the king, and it promoted our queen, our jack, and our 10 to be all the top cards in the suit. And so here we go. 12 tricks. Contract made. Lovely. So we knocked the ace out. See here, if we had gone ace, king, queen of spades, and then played a club, West would win it with the ace, and then play the 4th spade, and we would be down. So we'll click next deal. Right, what do we have? Oh, this is a complicated auction. Doesn't really matter too much. Opposition didn't bid. That's all we need to know. Okay, so 7 spades. So just like last time, I'm going to count my top tricks first. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I'm in 7 spades. I need 13 tricks, and I've got 12 if I just cash them out right now. So where is the 13th? This is important to stop and make the plan. Where is trick 13? So there are 2 potentials for trick. Well, there's 3, but one of them is absolutely awful. So the worst is to play the ace king of clubs, ace king of diamonds, run through all our winners, end up over here, and then play the 4 of diamonds off table and hope that it's good. This is an absolutely awful play. Is at minimum, someone has 4 diamonds. Someone could be sitting there with 6 diamonds or more. So what do we do instead? The other play is to play on clubs and go king of clubs, small club to the ace, rough 1, and then the last one, well, the rest of them should be good. But the next problem occurs. We have no entry to dummy. We cannot get there easy if we play this club line. This is the only entry. So that play must be out the window too. So that brings us to the 3rd and final play, which is to go ace, king of hearts, and rough a heart. Now, they have correctly led a trump, which is typically a good lead against 7, simply because it will stop cross-roughing. But it's important right at the beginning to have recognized that our 13th trick must come from trumping a low heart. This tells us we should not play the king here. If we play the king and draw out the opposition's trumps, we will go down in the contract by force, as we will have nothing to rough our losing heart with. So this is where, instead of immediately drawing trumps, we go and we rough our loser first. So if we rough in the shorthand, we get an extra trick. So We'll play the ace and the king to unblock the suit. And from here, we're going to ruff our losing heart and dummy. Return to hand. It is safest to return in diamonds. This is like a real advanced thing, but there is a lot less chance of the diamond getting ruffed than the club, for some simple reasons. For the diamond to get ruffed, one of these two has to be holding 9 diamonds. That's quite unlikely. For the club to get ruffed, one of these two has to be holding only 5 diamonds. That's more likely. So that's why it's best to return in the diamond. And from here, we're just going to take our tricks as we would, remembering to draw trumps first. That was the whole point of coming back to hand. And we can continue drawing them because from here we're just cashing. Okay, so we've made all 13 tricks, and that is our contract done. Nice. Perfect for us. So we'll get on to the next hand here. So, get the auction back up. 1-no trump because they're playing Standard American, I think. Yeah, they're playing Standard American. Oh, they're playing 2/1 actually. 2 clubs, Stayman, 2 hearts, 6 hearts. I wouldn't have put it this way, but good enough. You're in the right contract. Okay, so just like before, we count the number of top tricks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 top tricks. Okay? We can't get any more potential in diamonds, we can't get any more potential in clubs, and we can get more potential in hearts, and we can get more potential in spades. So, again, before I'm playing a card, notice that I'm stopping and I'm thinking about the hand. This is very important strategy to learn. And a technique, I should say, actually. You'll watch a lot of high-level players. They'll sit here and they'll stop maybe even for about 2 or 3 minutes. And then they'll play the hand in well under a minute. So, very good technique to learn. So, the king and the queen. Well, the choice is not hard, but I should still stop and think. Okay, even when you have a forced play, you should stop and think. So I'll play one of these cards. East will probably put the ace on it, and then the other one will be good. Okay, so that takes our total to 10 top tricks. We will call this a top trick, even though it's not. It's like 99.999% top trick. So we'll call it a top trick for now. Which means that I need to get the other 2 tricks in hearts. Now, when I'm playing in a suit contract, something else I do is I also count losers. So I have 1 loser in spades, being the ace of spades, and potentially I have the queen of hearts to lose in this heart suit too, unless I can pick the suit correctly. Now, there's a small difference between picking the suit correctly and picking it statistically. I will be quite happy if I play a contract and I take the best statistical line and I go down. However, playing it correctly on a hand may not be the best statistical play. So here we're going to always follow the best statistical play, mainly because the bots do that and it's good practice. When you're unsure what to do, the best statistical play will often help you. And it means you'll have that slight edge over your opponents that aren't following that. So I will play the spade. East will return a spade. Okay, so now we have to address how we're going to play these hearts. The best way to play these hearts is as follows. So there is a rule, and the rule is 8 ever, 9 never. It's a bit of a weird rule because it doesn't say anything about bridge. But the logic behind it is that if you have 8 cards in one suit, as we do, we should always finesse for the queen if we are just missing the queen. Okay? It's actually a surprisingly common occurrence that you've got something like ace king and the jack and the 10, and that you decide whether you should go ace king and play for the queen to drop, or whether or not you should go for a finesse, which I will show you now. So if we take the finesse straight away, we might lose to a singleton queen in West. And in fact, I can even show you that. We do, in fact, lose to a singleton queen. So we can stop that from happening if we first come to our hand and play the ace of hearts. The idea behind this is it will improve your chances on this contract, as if West did have a singleton queen, you would win it and you would just play through the hearts and you wouldn't have to deal with any of these problems. Next, we should go back to dummy, and just like before, which suit do we choose to go back in? Well, we should go back in clubs, because it's far less likely for clubs to break 7-0 and them to get a ruff than it is for diamonds to break 5-0 and them to get a ruff. So from here, we're going to play the Jack of Hearts, and if East plays low, we are also going to play low. This is called a finesse. Okay? You are hoping that East has the Queen, and that the Jack will hold the trick. So playing an honour towards an honour, like so. So East won the trick, and West showed out. So a quick count of trumps tells us that we've seen 7 go so far. 1 round of 4, 1 round of 3. So 7 trumps have gone. He has 8 and 9, and he has 10 and 11. East has 2 more. So we will continue to finesse East. There's no need to play any higher than the 10, as we know West has none. And we can now draw out the Queen of Trumps, and our whole hand is good, so we'll just skip to the Okay, so here we are at the end. Made the contract, and lovely. So very important technique is with 8 or more, and if you're missing the Queen, you should finesse for the Queen. Get on to the next deal. Similar type of hand. Awkward bidding sequence. Opposition didn't bid. That's what I care about. Okay. So, very similar hand. In fact, I think this is identical, this hand, to the last one. Well, the clubs are slightly different. But, just like before, we're going to count the number of top tricks that we have. So, 1, 2. We said we could count this as one top trick because we can knock out the ace. So, 3. Another 4 in diamonds. This combination will give us 4. So ace, king, queen, and jack. That's 4. Onto our 3 is 7, and 8 and 9. Okay, so we have a grand total of 9 top tricks. And we need to make 12 tricks in total. Now we go to the loser count. We have 1 loser in spades, being the ace of spades. And we have the potential again for the Queen of Hearts. So we need to play the best line to avoid losing the Queen of Hearts here. So I'll just quickly get out these spades and we will then address the problem. Okay. So if you remember before, the rule that I said 8 ever, 9 never. So this is the 9 never part. With 9 missing the Queen, we never finesse for it. Now, the reasons behind this are a bit complicated. The suit normally breaks 3-1 here, but the fact that the Queen could be singleton is why it is best to play for the drop. Okay, so with 8 trumps, we should just slam down the ace and then slam down the king. With 9 trumps, we should just slam down the ace, slam down the king, and then the suit breaks. And again, we just have top tricks. I'll just take the 4 diamonds, 3 hearts, and the 2 clubs. Right, lovely. So there was all 12 tricks. So important rule again, with 8 trumps, if we're just missing the Queen, we should take a finesse. And if we have 9 or more trumps and we're just missing the Queen, we should just slam down the ace and king and play for the Queen to drop. Okay? This is the best statistical play for a suit with 9 cards. So again, no opposition bidding. Great, I don't care about how poorly we bid this hand. Okay, so we do the top trick account. We have 2 diamonds, 3 in spades, 4, 5 in hearts, and another 6 in clubs is 11 top tricks. Well, we're also going to get some of these heart tricks later on when we go ace, king, and if we knock out the Queen, if it breaks badly, then we'll get the rest of these. So we actually have about 15 tricks if the suit breaks 2-2, and only 14 if the suit breaks 3-1. However, A, we can't get 15 or 14 tricks, and B, we have to lose to the Queen of Hearts if that was also the case. So what we should do here, just like before, we're going to take the ace, and we're going to play the Ace of Hearts and the King of Hearts. Okay, so what have we noticed? West must have 3 hearts, as East only had 1. There were 4 hearts out against us. So we've seen 7, we've got 5, West has the last 1 heart, which I believe is the Queen. Now, if I play the clubs now, and then I run through the clubs, if West ever roughs in, then I'm left with my losing spades, and I can't get back over there. So it's very important to note this before we start playing clubs. Can I get back there? If I can't, then I should knock out that last trump. Okay? So I knock out the last trump, they play a diamond back to me, and now I can run through the clubs safely. Because you would absolutely hate to play this king, have it be roughed here as it would have, and then have no way back to all these winning clubs. So from here we can just cash our winners. We can even be cheeky and throw away the ace because the clubs are good. And here we are successfully making another slam. Okay, beautiful. Okay, so that'll be our 6 hands for this episode. Hopefully you have enjoyed and learnt a lot. So the things we covered today were the idea of counting your top tricks before you play the hand. In fact, actually the most important idea out of today was to stop and think before you start playing any cards from dummy. But we covered playing top tricks, we covered counting our losers, and we also covered the idea of 8 ever, 9 never. Meaning that with 8 trumps missing the queen, we should take a finesse, and with 9 missing the queen, we should just play for the queen to drop. Okay? So hopefully you've all enjoyed. Remember to hit the like and subscribe button to stay updated for more. And I believe there's a little bell button down there. So remember to click that. And I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.